Am I the asshole for wanting to change my last name? My husband and I, hetero 25-yo couple, wanted to merge our two last names into a new name, e.g. if it were Wilson and Smith, it'd be Smithson. We both really like the idea as a symbol of an equal merging of two families. I already have a double-barreled last name, and a merged name felt like a more practical solution than a triple hyphen. Mill is a little upset that I didn't take his name, but is very upset about the idea of us both changing our names. We didn't do it at the wedding because we didn't want to ruin the day for her, but we want to do it now. Brother-in-law thinks we should just keep our own names to keep the peace, but we feel like it should be our choice. Am I the asshole for wanting to change my name? Not the asshole. It's nobody's business but yours and your husband's. I would guess his family does not care if you change your name. They care if he changes his name.
Should have gone with Will Smith. No, it's your name. Fuck them.
Not the asshole. You will generate some gossip, a bit of resentment, and some folks will refuse even to adopt your new convention. They'll send mail to you using your old names, for instance. If you can handle all the above, then change it any way you want.
Not the asshole. And funny timing. I literally just listened to a podcast where they were talking about this.
Not the asshole, and at the end of the day you've gotta do what is right for you in your relationship, not for your mill. She's very much the asshole for thinking she gets to dictate literally anything in her son's relationship. Not the asshole. It's your name. Your mill doesn't get to decide what you do or don't do with your last name. It's completely up to you. I think the idea of merging the two names is cute and a nice symbol. Not the asshole. It's your choice, not anyone else's. Do what you want.
Not the asshole. I've been trying to convince my husband to do this with ours because then it would coincidentally match a local bakery I'm rather fond of. Then I can lay claim to all their pastries. Greater than.
Not the asshole. What do you mean by not wanting to ruin the day for her? Wasn't it your wedding? God, mine would be Frostwort. Not the asshole. This is entirely up to you and your husband. Mill doesn't get a vote.
If you and your DH agree on this, who cares what the rest of the world thinks? They don't have to live with the name and it's not their choice. It's your decision. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. When my uncle married his wife 20+ years ago, he changed his middle name to his wife's maiden name because he didn't think it was right that only women changed their names. I view last names as a symbol of the family that you belong to. As such, I can't wait to change my name back to my maiden name when my divorce is finalized. Creating a hybrid name like you want to do could be seen a symbol that you both now belong to both families. Not the asshole. My husband and I changed our entire names when we got married. It's not that big a deal, but traditionalists gonna traditional. They'll either get over it or they won't. Ours did. Prepare for scoffing every time they have to send you mail though.
Not the asshole. This is between you and your husband and it's what you both want to do.
Info. How has Mill shown that she's very upset? Has she just said, I'm disappointed, or did she throw a full-on tantrum? Not the asshole. That is a really sweet idea. It's your life and your surnames, you should do with that what you want. Not the asshole. That's a lovely idea and no one's business besides the two of you.
Not the asshole. Your name, your life. If people didn't change things up once in a while, everyone in the world would have the same last name. Probably Adam's son or something.
Not the asshole. Yours and your husband's decision only. I understand it's tradition but still yours, ultimately. Your mill brother-in-law has no reasons why they're upset. Not the asshole. If you and your partner agree and will both be happy with the name change, go for it. You shouldn't avoid doing something you want to do just to make others happy. Sometimes you need to be seen as an asshole to others to do what is best for you.
I feel you. My husband and I are in the same boat. I have a double barrel name, his is short and sweet, and we merged them to create something new. My Phil is apparently offended, and his entire family gave us several lectures about it being wrong for him to change his name. We went ahead with it because we believe that both our heritages matter. Our journeys up to this point facilitated this coming together and neither should be left out or muted. I see it as a deep appreciation of his family and their history, as well as my own. And if that appreciation did not exist, we'd have changed it to something completely unrelated. Edit, not the asshole.
I love that idea. It's really nobody's business but yours and your husband's. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole, but it's probably more of a hassle than it's worth.
Not the asshole, it's your name, not hers. She's not living with signing it, being called by it, using it almost daily for identification and paperwork. She can accept it or you can drop the rope and cut her out.
Now I wanna do that. My last name is just harder to merge with another.
Not the asshole. The only people whose opinions matter are the two of you. She can get over it.
Not the asshole. In my experience, it's usually the dude's family who throws a fit about the name and breaking apart the family, due to them being the male heir. Let me guess, oldest, only male. Family in a predominantly male-focused religion. Husband and I were in your exact situation. He had a double barrel and we took 25 50ths, half his, half mine, changed some letters for flow and made a new name. His family was and is still super salty about it. We still give zero fucks. We have a daughter now, and I'm 1,000,000x happy we had this shit settled before a kid came into the picture, and they had 2 years to GTFO it. Live your life. Congratulations.
Not the asshole. It's a name, not an obligation. You have no legal, moral, or ethical requirement to keep the name you were given at birth. Jury's still out on curses and certain bloodlines, lol. Best of luck with your family and name change.
Not the asshole. Your name, your choice.
Not the asshole. It's your choice that will only affect you guys.
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. They're your names. It isn't anyone else's business. But I'm contrary. If someone is being controlling in my personal life, I want to do the opposite of what they say.
Unless you are planning to change your names to Crap Bag and Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, I don't see why you would be the assholes. Not the asshole. You and your husband are free to do what's best for the two of you. Your in-laws are assholes for thinking their opinions matter.
Not the asshole. You do what you like, but this is gonna be a nightmare for genealogists in future generations.
I have always thought this was an incredibly charming idea, personally, but my opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion is the only one that matters, and you're absolutely not the asshole for standing your ground on the decision to do what you want for your name.
Not the asshole, it's your name.
Not the asshole. My husband and I opted for me to keep my name and he keep his. His mother wasn't thrilled about it, but she learned quickly I'm fairly opinionated and I refused to back down on it. No one else cared, I mean no one calls us by our last names. So I'm not understanding the issue of having to take the spouse's last name. I love your idea, and if it's what you two want, then go for it. It's your life and you don't want to live it with regret just so you could keep the peace.
I love the combination of names. I knew a couple whose names were Duffy and Lance and they combined it to Defiance. Not the asshole. This sounds like a wonderful idea that acknowledges both of your families but also creates a new legacy for you, your husband, and your future kids. It is not your responsibility to make your Mill happy, especially about something so insignificant as a last name. She can choose between being a little sad or upset, but ultimately accepting the name change or being a limited presence in your lives because apparently a name means more to her than her love and connection to her son and daughter-in-law. Not the asshole. Mill is being controlling and weird. People like this usually bang on about tradition. Traditions are not necessarily good, particularly in the context of marriage, family, where they are touted as reasons to keep sexist practices in place. My husband and I gave my daughter my surname and my in-laws hate it, but it's none of their business. My son, I'm pregnant, will have my husband's surname and now my in-laws are unhappy the kids won't have the same surname. Neither my husband or I are troubled by this. Get used to your Mill being cranky because she can't have her way. As long as you and your husband are happy, extended family will just have to find a way to cope. Not the asshole. It's not your MIL's business. Well, maybe a little with her son, but that's between them. A while back one of my former never say old girlfriends got married and didn't take her husband's name. It bugged him a little but he didn't make a big deal out of it. Years later, she decided to change her last name and surprise him on their anniversary. Oh, I got over that a long time ago. Now it was her time to be miffed because she's a doctor and that added a whole extra level of complexity to the process.
Not the asshole. It shouldn't make a difference, it doesn't make you any less family to Mill or anyone else. Do what's best for you two.
Not the asshole. I think it's a pretty cool idea to mix both your names.
Not the asshole. It isn't even MIL's name. It's her husband's name.
Not the asshole, it's just a name and they will get over it. I could never understand the attachment to a last name. Must carry on that last name. Well, you can have anyone's, so, and some of them are very creative.
Not the asshole. You and your husband are looking forward and building your own family with your own name, your own identity together. That's awesome. And not any of your MILs or BILs business. Don't let the idiots bully you into letting them set your boundaries. If you do, they will keep doing that on other things in the future. I'd guess they'd want a say in the naming of your children in the future at the very least, and certainly continue to interfere with your and your husband's marriage and relationship and the family you are building.
Not the asshole. Personally, I think this is a great idea. We have a family friend whose last name was Fitzpatrick, his wife's name was Adams, and when they got married they became Fitzadams. It's cute.